this video, we will share a detailed and honest Bhutan trip cost from India after recent rule changes. After COVID, Bhutan government has changed entry rules for Indian travelers that would increase your trip cost. So watch this video till end, as we would also share our own experience on how to save money on your next Bhutan trip. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Rolling Feet Tales. Let's straight away get into the cost breaker for Bhutan trip. The first major cost would be to reach Bhutan. We have made a detailed video on how to get into Bhutan by flight or by road. So do check out our video if you haven't watched it already. We took a flight from Delhi to Bagdogra, which is the nearest airport to Bhutan border. The return flight costed us around 10k per person. Depending on when you book, the cost would vary between 9 to 13k per person from Delhi. Another economical option is to reach New Jalpaiguri station via train. Second major cost would be recently introduced SDF, which is Sustainability Development Fee for tourists entering Bhutan. So for Indian tourists, this is 1200 rupees per person per night. So for a 5-night trip, this would be 6000 rupees that you will have to deposit at Bhutan Immigration Office. Here an important tip is that staying in Phusling town, which is a border town of Bhutan, where Immigration Office is located, you need not to pay SDF. SDF is only applicable to nights spent beyond Phusling town. So even though we stayed in Bhutan for 5 nights, we paid SDF only for 4 nights as our 1 night stay was in Phusling. You would also need a travel insurance that would cost you around 500 to 1000 rupee depending on your stay duration. For anything less than 7 days, it would cost you around 500 rupees. Here an important tip is that you need to have an insurance that has physical seal and signature on it. So do not purchase insurance online as it does not have. You can also buy insurance at Immigration Office. Better would be to ask the tour operator of Bhutan to get you one. We got it done from our operator. As per rules in Bhutan, it is mandatory to have a guide for the entire duration of your trip. That usually costs between 1500 to 2000 rupees per day depending on season and negotiation. We didn't want to get into hassle, so we contacted couple of tour operators in Bhutan via Travel Triangle and selected one of the operator basis the cost quoted and the expenses covered. These packages usually covers transport from Bagdogra or Jalpaiguri to Bhutan, internal transport stay that includes breakfast and dinner, and drop back to Bagdogra or Jalpaiguri. The packages usually start from 23,000 per person for a group trip and can go as high as 49,000 per person in case of private tour. In case you need information about our travel operator, do let us know in comments. The good part is these tour packages are customizable. You should definitely negotiate on overall costs, stay options and meals etc. like we did. For example, for our private tour, initially we were given a stay option in Thimphu, a bit far from city. That meant in the evening we would not have any option to explore nightlife like Bhutan's famous karaoke bar or trying out street food. So we negotiated with them to give us a hotel in the city center, and which they accommodated. Also they gave us a local SIM for the entire duration, but we paid for the recharge. After this, the major cost item will be on activities and entry tickets to the places which you would like to visit during a trip. This cost is generally not included in the tour packages. Entry tickets usually would cost you either 500 rupee or 1000 rupee per person. For fort, there will be an entry fee of 500 rupee per person, and if you visit Punaka's fort, it will be totally worth it. However, for Tiger Nest Monastery, there is an entry fee of 1000 rupee per person. If you wish to experience Bhutanese culture and know more about their lifestyle, you can visit Simply Bhutan in Thimphu, and it would have an entry fee of 1000 rupee, and that will include wine and butter tea tasting along with various activities. We thought it was a bit overpriced for the experience which we had there. Activities usually will include hot stone bath that would range from 1500 to 2500 rupee per person and is must to do after Tiger Nest hike. Another thing to do is rafting in Punaka, but if you have already done in Rishikesh, you might skip it. Now another cost item would be food, that is lunch or dinner. For lunch, guides usually will take you to their affiliate places where they would serve you buffet, and that would start from 500 rupee per person. Since we didn't like the spread, we asked our guide to take us to some other place where a la carte was there. And we went to another place and we both had lunch in just 500 rupees against 1000 for buffet. So always be mindful of where and what you want to eat to save on this cost. Since our tour package included dinner and breakfast both at hotel where we were staying, we didn't have to pay anything, but for lunch we did this. Final cost component would be souvenir purchasing. Now this can be up to you on what you want to purchase from there. Our guide recommended us to buy things like clothes, paintings and crafts that were locally made against the souvenir shops that would sell Chinese items. While bargaining is there, you may not be able to bargain a lot at local shops. So this brings us to average total cost of 6-day trip to Bhutan. Flight will cost you around 9,000 to 12,000 rupee per person. SDA will be 4,800 rupee per person for 4 nights, as you will not be charged for your night stay in Fuseling. Tour package will cost you around 23 to 49,000 depending on tour type you will select. Activities and entry tickets will cost you around 5 to 7,000 rupee per person. Food will cost you around 1,500 rupee for lunch for 5 days and another 600 to 700 rupees for street foods like momos and chaats. So on an average, total cost for 6-day Bhutan trip would be somewhere around 40 to 60,000 rupee per person. Hope you like this honest budget breakdown of Bhutan. Do give us a like and do subscribe to our channel for many more such videos.